This just saying, companies and individuals can now, in a recent decision in an African country, can now bring big companies and corporations to justice and liable for whatever actions that they do in those countries. So today's video, we're going to discuss everything concerning the case concerning Shell International. Shell has done a lot of dirty work in the country of Nigeria, and they are going to be personally liable according to a recent High Court decision. So let's dive right into that decision. Welcome everyone, Simply Legal. My name is Terry Kahuma, the usual host on this channel, and today we're going to discuss human rights, one of my favorite topics of all time. Now, the High Court of Nigeria has told 13,000 farmers in the country of Nigeria that they can actually sue Shell Nigeria or Shell International for the oil spillage that they did in the year of 2006. Now, just a brief facts of what actually happened in this case. Shell was doing a lot of work in Nigeria, removing the oil, drilling the oil, and you know the normal work that these big companies do in terms of oil work or maybe drilling minerals or diamonds. So Shell did a lot of dirty work in Nigeria. How? They drilled the oil fine, but then they dumped the entire waste in the Niger Delta. Now, this limited all the work of all these 13,000 farmers and fishers. Now, it is so sad as to what has happened to everyone concerning these different communities. We have the community of the Ogaden and the Billie. Now, they indeed sued Shell in the court of the UK. They were claiming that Shell had dumped a lot of waste in the Niger Delta. The dumping of the waste in the Niger Delta has killed a lot of economic activities, such as fishing, such as even moving on a boat with different canoes, such as bathing, such as getting that water maybe boil it and then drinking. So not only has the waste that Shell put inside the Niger Delta destroyed the water, it has also polluted the air. So the people in the Ogale community and also the Billie community have faced a lot of challenges of pollution of water and pollution of air. So basically, the lawsuit that they have in the court of the UK has made it seem like, you know what, we are suing Shell because they have dumped a lot of waste both in the environment, in the water and in the air. And to even make it worse, they went to a court in Netherlands. The court in Netherlands was actually seeming it that, you know what, Shell, you actually have to compensate these people. Now, because of the public outcry and the length of this case, because the case happened from around 2006 to recently when the case was decided. Now, it was then stated that, you know what, Shell, you need to compensate these people. Now, Shell being a multinational company emanating from the UK is stating that, you know what, we are not in charge of our subsidiaries, meaning that the parent company Shell UK, which is the original Shell company, is stating that we are not liable for whatever Shell Nigeria did in Nigeria. So meaning all the proceeds and profits that Shell Nigeria made in their exploitation of the oil around the Niger Delta, they should be able to pay the 13,000 farmers and fishers for whatever happened, whatever waste that they dumped and whatever hazardous effects it has done concerning the pollution of the environment there. Now, this has made it very difficult because the people of Niger or the people of Nigeria indeed want justice. They don't just want money. Yes, they may want the money, but then they also want justice. They want Shell to come out with a public statement and say, we indeed, yes, polluted the environment around you, and we're sorry we polluted your air, we're sorry we polluted your environment such as the water, and this has now led to you being curtailed financially and destroying your environment. Now, Shell International has then listened to this public outcry and they've said, you know what, people of Nigeria, we've had your case and we're now giving you $16 million US. But they are not fully admitting that indeed this spillage of the oil into the water has caused hazardous effects. They are not owning up to their mistake. Now, the High Court of Nigeria has seen it fit to make a statement and tell the people of Nigeria that, you know what, you can actually sue these people in the High Court of Nigeria. You can sue them for breach of human rights. Now, which specific human rights are they suing? The High Court of Nigeria said that you can actually sue these people for a right to a clean environment. Now, a right to a clean environment is stipulated under international conventions and also the African Charter, the United Nations Conventions on Environment and the African Charter. Now, under the Constitution of Nigeria, every citizen of Nigeria has a right to a clean environment. Now, why is the High Court of Nigeria telling them this? It's basically telling them that for us, the government of Nigeria, to allow Shell to come into your community, the Billie and the Ogape people, we assumed that these people would respect our constitution, would respect the African Charter, would respect the UN charters on environment, and be able to drill this oil and properly keep this waste properly. Now, personally, as a student of oil and gas law, I studied oil and gas gas law, and I know that every company which drills oil or which mines minerals should be able to have proper waste management. Now, for Shell, a big international company, which has been in Nigeria for 80 years, just got all the waste and dumped it in the Niger Delta or in the Ogaden and Billie community. This has destroyed their communities so much. It has made many of them sick and many of them have died, leaving their economic communities down. Their economic activities have been shut down because the oil has destroyed the entire piece of water. Their right to a clean environment is what the High Court of Nigeria is telling them to sue under. Now, Shell may actually be in trouble for this, but let's just see whether they're indeed going to sue in the High Court of Nigeria and be able to receive damages, in that Shell Nigeria may actually have to pay a very huge sum, even more than $60 million. But the most important thing is that Shell Nigeria has to accept that, you know what, we indeed poured this waste into the Niger Delta and your communities, and we are sorry we had poor waste management. So thank you everyone for listening to me. I remain yours truly, Terry Kahuma. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, share these videos with everyone who you know is going to love these videos concerning proper waste management. And also, if you ever find yourself needing an environmental lawyer, if you find yourself needing anyone who can represent you in court, please go to my legal mobile app called Farmeron. Farmeron is a mobile app which connects people and lawyers together, offering a multitude of other services which makes access to legal services very easy. On Farmeron, you can find human rights lawyers, you can find criminal lawyers, land lawyers, and also environmental lawyers, like the cases of the Niger or Nigerian people. So until next time, I'll see you. Oh, before I end, please look at these different playlists where I discuss different current events and also other troublesome legal topics, which will also educate you. Until next time, bye.